Hi, everybody. Sports bets for free here. We are doing a live version today during Red Zone of live betting. So just to give you a heads up on that, we will be going through the first part of these games, these early games, which 10 o'clock out here to the west, 1 o'clock Eastern time games. Basically, we're going to go through live bets, what we kind of like, what we're looking at, all that kind of good stuff. So make sure you check this out for us. Get a chance to see what you like, what you don't like. So live betting's really come into, ever since the apps have kind of started here. So live betting's basically a way for you to kind of watch the game and not make bets before the game starts. Maybe check out bets at, maybe you like betting once you got to kind of feel for the game, so to speak. So that's where this is really going to come into play. Where live betting really definitely comes into on that end there. So if you have any questions, feel free to chat in as well. But we're going to be watching Red Zone with you. If you guys did watch the London game, Baltimore does pull that one out after the field goal barrage of Justin Tucker. So if you had Justin Tucker on your fantasy team, congratulations. You had a hell of a day. Put it to you that way. So we did hit quite a few bets in that one. The only one that we really missed was Gus Edwards. Not Gus Edwards. He did cover his rushing prop, but we missed Zay Flowers by a few yards. And then DeAndre Hopkins only getting one catch for 20 was definitely a lot less than what we expected. So we are going to have Red Zone going on in the background here. So we're going to kind of be looking that way a little bit towards the television as well. And then live bets that can come up, we'll be flipping those back and forth as well. So just keep that in mind. Early games going on. We do have 49ers, Browns, Panthers, Dolphins. And 49ers, Browns currently are around 9.5, 36 total. Dolphins, 14-point favorite, 47.5 total. Seahawks and Bengals, Bengals 3-point favorite, 45.5 total. Vikings, 3-point total over the Bears, 44.5 total. Jags, 4-point favorite, 44 total. Saints, Texans, 42.5 total. 2-point favorite there for the Saints. And Falcons, Commanders, 2-point favorite, 42 total. That's going to be the early games. We're going to kind of run through that. So if you like listening to Scott Hanson, we do as well. So make sure you check out both sides of that as we do get into the live bets here. So, and then, like I said, any questions you might have come up, feel free. If you did pay attention to any of our episodes, you know kind of what we've got going on play-wise. So we did take the Browns today. We did get them at 10, just to give a heads up. The Dolphins game, we didn't pick a side there. We had team totals. We love the over in the Seahawks-Bengals. We love the over in the Vikings-Bears. We do like the Jags today over the Colts. Saints-Texans under. Commanders-Falcons, we really didn't have anything on. So that's kind of the games where we already made bets that way. So when it comes to live betting, we might be hedging those bets or we might be doubling down, just depending on how the feel of the game goes on that particular one. So something to keep in mind there for you as well. And I will have to take occasional drinks because I'm not a robot. So feel free to have some cocktails with us. If it's too early for cocktails, get the iced tea and everything ready to rock and roll. So we're kind of just waiting for the opening kickoffs to get started here, as it looks like everything's going to be, first 10:03 start. So like they're showing the Browns 49ers right at the moment. All right. So then also the Dolphins are kicking off. And if you heard the dog snoring in the background, she probably will snore through a majority of this, as it is nap time for the lovely Pumpkin on Sports Bets for free. Another kickoff into the end zone. Barn burner stuff so far, right? So live lines are currently locked, which is pretty normal through kickoffs. They're going to be locked. Now, all of a sudden, the 49ers is down to 8.5. So if you like the 49ers in this game, a lot of times when that number's big, I mean, the perfect thing, if you're wanting to play the Niners and you think the Niners are going to win, is to wait until you get, till that line comes down some more. You almost hope for a score. Now the Niners went quickly from 7.5 to 10.5. That's how quickly it can go, typically on one pass. Dolphins currently at 14.5. Bengals at 2.5. Vikings at 2.5. Jags at 3.5. Falcons went to 2.5. So just to kind of give you an idea, they're going to go Red Zone's going to show this 49ers-Browns game early, which not to be unexpected on that end, especially since the 49ers are the hottest thing going right at the moment. So 49ers get a first down. McCaffrey on a big run. There is a flag on the play, though, so let's see if they pull this one back for holding. So let's see if the Browns jumped. Greg Olsen, one of the best announcers going right now on Fox, is actually calling that particular matchup there. And we have no scores yet in the early matchups. So, therefore, not a big adjustment there. Not a big adjustments on the total, except the 49ers total has went up from 36 to 37.5. And we are, if you wanted to follow along, basically where we're at, we are on DraftKings just following that with live betting. I'm going to recommend just doing one. If you're trying to do multiple, most of the time you're going to miss out on a bet that you really want to place. So something to keep in mind on that one there. So now we're back to the Bengals-Seahawks game, which we have a lot of bets on, especially DK Metcalf, Geno Smith, and then all the overs, and then the Seattle team overs. We do like the Seahawks. We think they're a solid team. I think the Bengals got a little overhyped here being a 3-point favorite after they looked like the Bengals should look. But they did give the 49ers the first down there. McCaffrey with that huge run. Now that line's went to 13.5. And then McCaffrey goes up the middle again. Now that line's going to adjust quite a bit. The total just went up. So if you did like the under in that game, just look at it this way. It went from 36 to 39.5, and they haven't even scored. They're just on the plus side of the field. The Seahawks games pretty much stayed the same. The Vikings game, pretty much the same. They like total wise. So, and let's see if this Browns defense can stand tall here a little bit. They looks like they might. The Browns are kind of shitting all over themselves with penalties so far. Looks like they're going to get another penalty, this one for face mask, or after they already took the one penalty for offsides on the previous play. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, if anybody's going to beat the 49ers, it's going to have to be because they played a clean game. So Panthers, Dolphins there, showing one there, and another sack there. Looks like for the Dolphins. Bradley Chubb getting in the mix. Thank you for showing up a week late, because we did have you last week. I guess we should have went back to back on that. A lot of times with player props, if you miss, go back to it the following week. It ends up being all right. So yeah, like that. Now that total in that 49ers game's 38.5. As the time kind of goes off, they seem determined to run the ball down their throat, not putting Purdy in any harm's way on this particular one. Not sure what's going on currently with the Saints game, as that game is locked. Okay, now it just became available. Must have been a late kickoff. Sam Howell gets a first down, so they're showing that. The Commanders, like if we go to the Commanders game right at the moment, they're minus 2.5, which is actually, the game started at 2. Pretty unusual move there. 49ers in the red zone, so I'm sure we'll see a big dose of Christian McCaffrey as – God forbid he doesn't score a touchdown, right? So, and it looks like he just did. So McCaffrey, anytime touchdown holders are loving that one. Anybody with McCaffrey and fantasy points. If you want the total under now, is a great time to hit it at 40.5. We didn't necessarily like the total in this particular game, as we think the 49ers can score. And I think the Browns are going to surprise a few people today and put up a few points. But we'll see what happens here. But that total now at 40.5. 49ers up 7-0 instead of a 10-point favorite. Now they're a 15.5-point favorite. So PJ Walker going to have to do some damage there. No other scores so far in this early window of the NFL. So just keep that in mind there. So 15 straight games now for McCaffrey with a touchdown. Pretty crazy stuff for sure. So on there, but. And then we've got Seahawks down in the red zone. Looks like Kenneth Walker's going to get it inside the 10, a first down. So impressive run there by Walker. And let's see how they got down the field here. Geno Smith pass. Jackson Smith and Jigba getting into the mix. Geno throwing a touchdown here would definitely help our overplays for the early window, that's for sure. So if he wants to help us out here. How about Geno to a DK Metcalf would be about a perfect scenario for us. Line up Kenneth Walker to get the handoff. Kenneth Walker to inside the 5. Now a fade to DK looks even better. So then they're flipping over to the Texans-Saints game. We bet the under in this particular matchup. It's one thing we like the most. I think that's what we're going to see a lot of non-scoring as C.J. Stroud throws the ball away. Nothing to be shocked about there. The Saints defense is good. The Saints offense is porous. So if the Saints defense plays how they should, this should be an under matchup. Geno Smith rolling out. Incomplete, but a flag. Looks like this is going to be 1st and goal, and Kenneth Walker's going to get some run here on this particular one. So, but not too much going on except for that 49ers in this early. Oh, Commanders just did kick a field goal. So now they are up 3-0, and they have went from a 2-point dog to a 2.5-point favorite. That's how quickly live betting can turn. So if you really like the Falcons and you didn't want to bet them minus points, now you can get them plus points. So Terry McLaurin with the 22-yard catch. And Kenneth Walker a touchdown. That gets us an early touchdown in that particular matchup. Seahawks up 7-0. That line has went up now to 48.5 total, and the Seahawks minus 2.5. So in this particular scenario, if you were a Bengals supporter from the get-go, instead of laying 3, now you're getting 2.5, even though they're down 7. So an excellent opportunity, I think, to kind of get back in the mix there on that particular one. As most games, they don't – the other team always seems to come back a little bit, right? So we've got a 7-0 lead there. We've got a 3-0 lead for the Commanders and a 7-0 lead for the 49ers. And then the Colts look like they're moving the ball a little bit against the Jags. And like I said, it's important to watch the app. If you're watching Red Zone, just a reminder, you might be a play plus behind on Red Zone as they too take time to flip around, all that kind of good stuff. So they're showing Anthony Richardson with his arm in a sling because of his shoulder on the sideline. But Minshew has him at 1st and goal at the 10, or I'm sorry, 2nd and 5 at the 10 in Jags territory. So Minshew has ran that offense. They're definitely more dink and dunk with him in there, but they do move the ball. So, yeah, so the Dolphins didn't basically – oh, look at Bryce Young with the big completion. Adam Thielen's had a resurgence as he's the only guy to really throw the ball to, I guess, in Carolina. I guess Terrence Marshall and those other dudes just don't count or something. So, but just for example, in that Carolina game, that lines went down to 13.5 as they're moving the ball from 14.5. So 3rd and 5 from the 10 for the Colts. Let's see what they do here. Incomplete, so it will be 4th down. More than likely, probably going to kick a field goal here and take a 3-0 lead. In fact, they did make the field goal, as the book is always going to be more up to date than everybody else, especially when it comes to live betting. Kirk Cousins throws the ball. Looks like Jordan Addison with like a 15-yard catch. They're moving the ball down the field. We need that one there as our best bet of the weekend was the 49ers-Vikings over. So we've got 3-0 lead for the Colts over the Jags, 3-0 lead for the Commanders over the Falcons, 7-0 lead for the Seahawks over the Bengals, and a 7-0 lead for the 49ers over the Browns so far early going here. But there has been a lot of movement so far. So, and that's the wonderful thing about live betting. And a lot of times maybe you can, you're looking at either maybe hedging the bet where, okay, they might not cover here, but maybe I take them, take the other side and maybe it lands in the middle and I hit both sides. Or it's one of those ones like, hey, everybody that's been doing this for a long time has handicapped the game incorrectly, or games went completely opposite of what we thought. The chance to maybe get our money back instead of parlaying or doubling down. Maybe it's just to get our money back on that particular game. But they're showing PJ Walker throwing a little screen pass. And looks like the Browns got a first down. So that's awesome. I think that's more than PJ's done in the last 3 weeks. PJ Walker has not been good in the NFL, but he's never had a team around him. The Browns have a lot of talent around him, so maybe that does help him move the ball a lot today. I just thought 10 was a big number in a low-scoring game. But the way that the 49ers went down the field, I don't know if it's going to be low-scoring or not. Chuba Hubbard gets it into the red zone, and down it'll be first down, goal to go for the Panthers. So if you wanted to back Miami, but you thought 14 was too much, you might have an opportunity here shortly. Kirk Cousins going for it. Looks like maybe on 4th and 1 or trying to draw him off sides. They do the tush push, which doesn't work for anybody but Philly, it seems like. Scott Hansen making squatting references to Jalen Hurts there with the Kirk Cousins run. But first and goal for the Panthers. Let's see if they can get this one in there. Remember, no Miles Sanders today. So we'll kind of see. We're watching here with you here on Red Zone. And let's see. Hubbard up the middle. Did he get in? Touchdown, but there is a flag. So let's see what's going on here. So if it is on the Dolphins, the Panthers are going to take the lead here. Touchdown. So here, first play we're going to do is going to be actually the Dolphins minus 7.5. After that touchdown, we thought 14.5 was too much. I don't think 7.5 is against this team. I think this is going to be definitely a way to go for us. It's 7.5 on that one. In fact, the total now at 49.5 looks even better than it did, with already a touchdown on the board on there. So now it's flipping over to the Vikings-Bears. We need some scoring in this game. It was 3rd and 7. That was at the 35, so a 53-yard field goal coming up if they go for this. Now look at that 49ers lines went to 20.5 against the Browns. They just picked the ball off the way it looks. And they're not going to throw the ball. They're not going to run the ball to McCaffrey. Oh, they're going to throw it to him instead. Yeah, what a shocker that is. And PJ Walker did get picked off. I don't know, PJ. There's got to be other dudes that are available somewhere in the world that can play quarterback better than what you've shown in the NFL. I'm just thinking out loud. Maybe he's a great teammate, something to that effect. Vikings did make the field goal to go up 30-0 on the Bears. About 6.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter there. Now we got another penalty flag in this 49ers game. Red Zone will show a lot of 49ers today. Like I said, the 49ers are kind of the cream of the cream so far. So on there, but definitely 50. Now they're going back to show the field goal for the Vikings that we've already seen. Yep, 3-0. Like the book said, right? So the book never misses or rarely misses. I'll put it to you that way. So definitely surprising stuff there. So now we're going back to this 49ers and Browns matchup. Looks like 2nd and 23 from the Browns 40. So that means probably they'll do some stupid screen pass or something. No, incomplete there. We do like Ayuk a lot in that game. We did take Ayuk about everywhere. Over 46.5 receiving yards before that game started. Now, keep in mind, there are also going to be live player props as well. So we could get into. We'll go see receiving prop wise what we can find. Like Ayuk now is down to 35.5 from 42. Still no score in that Saints Texans game that they just kind of flipped over to. Adam Thielen's props went all the way up to over 82.5. Nothing currently going on in the Seattle Cincinnati game. DJ Moore, who we liked a ton, was at 57.5 before the game started. His line's down to 54.5. Jaguars-wise and Colts, they're kind of nothing available on the Jag side, just on the Colts. But like I said, there's a lot of different areas to look at. So if you wanted to focus in on a player, the line, there's definitely going to be a lot of different opportunities. Looks like the 49ers are going to kick about a 55-yard field goal here. And no good. Jake Moody actually misses one. Wow. So, like live line-wise, that line went from 20.5 back down to 14.5 after that missed field goal. So, opportunities galore going on there. As those lines are going to bounce around all game long. Like we mentioned, the Dolphins went down to 7.5. Oh, 4th and 2, and the Seahawks jumped? Wow. Bengals get a free first down off of that one. 4th and short. Here's the Jags. Let's watch the Jags miss it. Wow, they might get a 4th down conversion. Congratulations, Jaguars. It never happens. Wow. Well, miracles never cease. Wow, that's surprising. I swear, the Jaguars go for it so many times and don't get anything out of it. All right, so looks like what we got in that game there. Seahawks, Bengals, there's about under 5 minutes left in the first quarter. They're 1st and 10 at the 30. We need Joe Burrow to fling a touchdown pass here to get this game rolling. They get it down to about the 26, 25-yard line of the Seahawks as they're moving the ball down the field, matriculating, so to speak. CJ Stroud throws his first interception of the year. You heard it here first on Sports Bets for free. Wow. Gives it right back to him. Did he fumble it after that too? Wow. Congratulations on CJ Stroud on your start to the season. This has been absolutely impressive. Looks like maybe he should have been the number 1 pick, but with the way that Panthers team is, I don't think he could do much better than that. I'll be really honest with you. So they're pretty brutal overall. It looks like the Falcons are kind of moving into the red zone now as well. The Falcons are 2nd and 4 at the Washington 9-yard line. So if you like if you liked the Falcons before, there was an opportunity to take them at plus points. Now they're back down to minus points, minus 2.5. So the advantage of live line is you get maybe an opportunity or two on the way you want to bet something that it kind of turns your way, even though the scoreboard might not. Or in this particular case, like it's not even the scoreboard, it's just they're moving the ball down the field. So the line is getting anticipated that there's going to be some sort of score there to adjust the market. And then we got 2 games that we're watching right now on the red zone. It's the Seahawks, Bengals, Commanders, Falcons. And, of course, when the Falcons get into the red zone, why put in your guy you drafted in the top 10, Bijan Robinson? Let's put in Algiers. I know they say the coach is supposed to be some offensive genius, but to me, he seems like an idiot. Touchdown for the Falcons. No flags on the field. Kyle Pitts. Wow, Kyle Pitts, fantasy owner, stand up. You actually got a touchdown out of Kyle Pitts. Congratulations. First one of the season. Oh, and a holding call that'll get declined here. They'll take the touchdown for sure. So the Falcons go up 7-3. They started off the game as a 2-point favorite. As soon as the Commanders scored, went to a 2.5-point dog, and now back to a 2.5-point favorite. See, Bengals moving down the ball. That looks like a touchdown. It is. Burrow to Boyd, 7-7 in the future here. Yep, 7-7. That line has now went up to 40. Is that right? 48.5? 49.5 that line's moved to. So definitely no surprise there. We love that Seahawks Bengals over. It was 44.5, jumped this morning to 45.5. Now the Texans moving the ball down the field. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Looks like they can put some scores on the board. Almost now they're flipping back to the Browns game, so I guess we can watch the rest of this debacle. Oh, look at this. The Browns showing up. Is that Marquise Goodwin? Crazy stuff. So we got a 7-7 game going on with the Seahawks. Vikings 3-0. Still 4.5 minutes to go. First quarter there. Texans get a touchdown against that vaunted Saints defense. They're up 7-0 in the first quarter. Looks like under 4 minutes to go now. Falcons up 7-3. Colts still up on the Jags 3-0. Panthers up 7-0 on the Dolphins, and maybe the shocker of the day. And 49ers currently up 7-0 on the Browns as well. So way to go. Come back after that interception, C.J. Stroud. And they come back and get a touchdown going on that one there. So way to go, Texans, on that. Just got to keep that Saints offense from scoring, which they pretty much do that themselves, for us to hit that under on that game there. And the unders, I mean, pace-wise, it's down to 41.5 from 42. So the Dolphins offense, for some reason, can't get anything going against this Panthers D, and the Panthers are on offense again. And Tremble just did like a leap. That was impressive. He might have jumped 5 feet in the air. Wow. Okay. Forget 40-inch vertical. How about 60? Woo! Man. All right. Then we're getting back to this Browns game. The line's back down to 13.5. Browns moving the ball. 2nd and 10. Ooh. Amari Cooper had some space there, but it is P.J. Walker throwing the ball, so I don't think we can expect him to throw a layered throw like that with a guy over top and underneath. So the Browns on the plus side of the field. That total back down to 38.5 from started at 36, went to 40.5, back down to 38.5. With 3rd down and 10 now for the Browns. There's a pass complete. They're inside the 30. Should be able to kick a field goal here, put some points up on the board so they don't get shut out in this damn game. I'm assuming they're going to kick the field goal. No, the Jags moving the ball now. Who is that? I can't even tell who that is. All right, so the Browns going to kick a field goal attempt here. 49ers call a timeout. Looks like the Bears are moving the ball as well. They're down to the Minnesota 30. They haven't flipped over that game yet. 1st and 10 at the 30. Jags did end up scoring a touchdown, but we haven't seen how yet. Travis Etienne. Yep, Travis Etienne up the middle for a touchdown. Jags take an early lead in the first quarter. Or is that the start of the second quarter? Normally what the Jags do, screw you on the first quarter bet. As we had them in the first quarter, like probably minus a half, but can't figure out how to cover a half in the first quarter. Nothing new for them. And Panthers are moving the ball again. That line has went from 14.5 down to 4.5. That is unbelievable on that line there. So Panthers look like they could go up 2 scores here. Surprised they haven't flipped over to this Vikings-Bears game at all. Red Zone seems to fall in love with a couple different games early, and then they just particularly show those most of the time. Even the stupid penalties and stuff, they can't even flip over for anything else, it seems like. Oh, they're finally flipping over here. Let's see how Justin Fields got the ball down the field. DJ Moore with the catch. We loved him at the start of the day. They are inside the red zone, though. I'm surprised we haven't flipped back to, down to that on that particular game. Looks like Browns might have missed the field goal there. Seattle didn't get nothing on that drive, so it looks like Cincinnati's going to get the ball back. Just need scoring in that game. Doesn't really make a difference on pretty much who. Just score. Yeah, now they finally go to the Bears game. They're first and goal at the Minnesota 7, but we're at least a play behind on that one. The Panthers just scored. The Panthers are going to be at 14-0. Panthers up 14-0. Dolphins are down to a 3.5-point favorite. Unreal. Browns must have missed their field goal. They're like several plays behind on red zone this morning, with not as many games. It's kind of a surprise there. The Bears Vikings game did go to the end of the first quarter, so the Bears will have the ball inside the 10. First and goal at the 7. So we'll see if Justin Fields can throw a couple touchdown passes. That was one of our longer shots of the day, basically plus 200 on Justin Fields to throw 2 or more passing TDs. This should be a miss. I think the books should all do a red zone, as they'll probably be more up to date than this. So.
Yeah, you see when Ryman's been in the lineup, just how good he has been, and we got a lot of games in commercial break, and that cleans up all of the red zone activity at the moment. We'll get you back.
Like I said, Bears Vikings going to start the second quarter. Colts got the ball back. They're in the second quarter. First and 10 at the 25. I'm telling you, is that a fumble? Fumble, Jacksonville ball. Jacksonville takes over inside the 30-yard line of the Colts. So we'll give a recap. 49ers 7-0 lead. Panthers over the Dolphins 14-0. Seahawks Bengals 7-7. Vikings up 3-0 on the Bears. Bears inside the goal, or down to the first and goal. Jaguars just looks like they just scored again. Looks like we're at least 2 plays behind on red zone. Texans up 7-0. Falcons up 7-3 in these early matchups. For live betting opportunities as we watch the lines kind of move and maybe some angles we can take advantage of. So let's see here. ETN looks like he's going to score again. ETN does score again. So if you're an ETN owner or you had ETN for 2+ touchdowns, you are loving life early in the second quarter on that particular matchup, as they are now up 14-3 over the Colts. And the Colts definitely, I don't think are meant to come back. It's 2nd and goal for the Bears at the 4-yard line. So let's see if they flip back over to this Bears game or if they're going to make us watch an extra point, which red zone. Nobody cares about the extra point until it comes to like later in the game when it's at a point total. So, all right, now it looks like they might flip over. And then the Seahawks are also at their own 30, looks like. Basically, Bears, like I said, 2nd and goal from the 4 after they show us this one play here. Run it up the middle. Great offensive play call, as that goes for hardly any yards. Texans-Saints game looks like coming down to the last parts of the first quarter there, as that's going to be, looks like the last one to go off. Atlanta game is starting the second quarter. It's actually 3rd and goal from the Minnesota 4 now, but, they're a little bit behind there on red zone. They're going to show 2nd and goal first. Probably an incompletion or a run right up the middle for no yards. Incompletion. And we already know it's 4th and goal. Trent Williams going down. That's looks like he got rolled up on. The worst thing ever for an offensive lineman, for sure, on that one. So that's a big injury. That's a high ankle sprain at a minimum, the way that injury looks. Fields bouncing around, has to run, gets a yard. Looks like Jamar Chase going crazy, as we expected. Dancing around like no tomorrow. Got to throw the ball to DJ Moore there. Let him go up and get it. Sometimes expecting these dudes to be wide open is not the best thing on earth. They did make the field goal, so 3-3 game there. I need to see some scoring in that particular matchup. So. Oh, wow. Did Derek Carr just throw a touchdown pass to Rashid Shaheed? He sure the hell did at the end of the first quarter. Thank you for ruining that first quarter under. Ugh. Okay. All right, so that game's 3-3. Panthers still at 14-0. Seahawks, Bengals still at 7-7. The Bengals are down in a red zone. Unreal. 14-3 Jags, 7-3 Falcons, and Saints just get that thing knotted up at 7 apiece. That San Francisco game, there's been so many injuries. That thing's taken forever. 7-0 still in the first quarter in that particular matchup. Looks like Jamar Chase doing more Jamar Chase things, which is catch the ball and run it forever, because for some reason he runs around in this this zone that nobody ever is in front of him or behind him. It's absolutely insane. What's he got? 4 catches for 60 yards already? He's going to have another 10+ catch, 150-yard game the way this is going. So, and then the Bengals running their play up the middle so they can say they attempted to run the ball, even though Joe Mixon's had one of the worst years I think I've seen in quite some time. Ooh, Commanders now inside the 10-yard line. Curtis Samuel down to the 1. Haven't scored as of yet, but that could be a barn burner back and forth. Ooh, what a tackle. Don't get excited too often about a tackle, but that one was pretty outstanding. So we watch the Commanders going again. Nothing happens here as the book's already showing it 3rd and goal, and they're showing 2nd and goal. Robinson basically gets to the 1-yard line again. Well, that's exciting stuff. 3rd and 2 for Cincinnati. They get the first down. They're inside the 5. Commanders do score a touchdown. We don't know who scored it yet. Do apologize, but we don't know on that particular one. Looks like Bengals did score again. We don't know who scored as they're going to go up. Looks like 14-7. Looks like Burrow's throwing the ball here. Who's he going to? Yosivash. Yosivash. Touchdown. Holding on the defense on the Seattle team's not going to help there. So we're about 40 plus minutes in. A few exciting games, a few duds. No shocker. It is the early window, and we're not to the witching hour yet. So this punt return looks like it was about 50 yards or so. Wow. How did he get tripped up? Who is that caught him? Down to the 10-yard line. Whoever caught him, give that guy a contract. Holy crap. Looks like Tyreek Hill and this offense for the Dolphins finally might get going here. Is there basically in the red zone? Ahmed taking over for A-Chain. Commanders up 10-7. Saints 7-7. Jags up 14-3. Bears, Vikings 3 apiece. Bengals 14-7. Panthers 14-0. And 49ers 7-0 over the Browns is kind of where we sit at the moment as we're getting into like the, start of the mid of the second quarter. Well, let's watch Tua here. Waddle catches that one. They're inside their 1st and goal. So let's see what the 49ers do here on 3rd and 13. Probably convert the way they've been going. Oh! Wow. That could have been the winning ticket there on Ayuk if he catches that one. KJ Osborne with a big catch. We've got Osborne on one of the tickets today, over 40.5 receiving yards. So maybe that ticket seems to go along there. As we're watching Red Zone on this Dolphins Panthers game here, looks like the Dolphins did score. So let's see who gets the touchdown. Mostert. Mr. Mostert, fastest man in the NFL, according to Mr. Mostert and Tyreek Hill. So, or at least one of them. So Dolphins get back on the board. That line goes back up to 5.5 now. Dolphins being favored by 5.5. We definitely expect some more scoring there from the Dolphins if they have struggled through the first quarter. So maybe they wake up and quit sleepwalking like they did. They're going to need to score some points, obviously, to come back here. But I didn't expect any way for the Dolphins to score less than 30 against this Panthers defense. But maybe a definite possibility here. So on that one. So quick recap of scores. 49ers up 7-0. Still in the first quarter in that game. That game might be going on until 6 o'clock tonight on that one there. Panthers up 14-7 over the Dolphins. Bengals up 14-7 over the Seahawks. 3-3 tie still for Minnesota and the Bears. And it looks like they're getting bogged down again. Jags up 14-3 over the Colts. Commanders up 10-7 over the Falcons. And Saints-Texans tied at 7. So let's take a look at this Bears game. Looks like they're coming down. They're on second down. We already know it's 3rd and 12 from the 37. So let's see what these the Vikings do here. Once again, I can't believe the Bears are struggling to throw the ball against the Vikings. Everybody throws the ball against the Vikings and runs the ball against the Vikings. So, and then the Vikings, tremendous. They're definitely a better pass blocking team than run block. Kirk Cousins just stay in and take more hits probably than anybody should ever do. But we already know it's 4th and 8 from the 33, so we can probably expect. Looks like P.J. Walker got that. Looks like the Vikings are going to kick another field goal. All right, it's time for some touchdowns in this Vikings-Bears game. Is this just becoming a shit show? Vikings did kick the field goal. They're up 6-3 in that particular matchup. I don't know about you guys, but when Red Zone focuses sometimes on these games, it's like a bunch of field goals. That was not a catch. He bobbled that against the ground. So 6-3 matchup there. Texans inside the red zone in a 7-7 game. I don't mind if they move the ball in that game, but since we got the under, we're hoping for field goals. Wow. What a catch by Nico Collins. His first one in 2 weeks. All right, the Browns have got a first down. They're not doing anything. They're not moving the ball. But the good news is they're only down 7 in that particular game. Great tackle there by the Saints. And it looks like the Texans are 4th and goal. See what they do there. What a catch there by Evan Ingram. Oh, my. One-handed stab out there as the Jags are moving up and down the field, as they should against the Colts. The Colts have gotten very fortunate to get the wins they have. So you got to, you can't give them free opportunities all the time, expect things to happen. The Texans do go up 10-7 in that matchup. Oh, it looks like the Seahawks get a first down, so maybe they can start moving it down the field, as we always need more scoring in that game. A lot of crazy stuff going on. They showed the end zone shot there. There was guys everywhere in that end zone for the Texans and the Saints. So going to the second quarter, finally, of the 49ers-Browns, 7-0 game there. We got a 14-7 Panthers lead about halfway through the second quarter. Bengals up 14-7, same thing, about 9 minutes left the second quarter. Jaguars up 14-3 over the Colts. 10 minutes to go left in the second quarter. Commanders up 10-7 about halfway through the second quarter. And Texans up 10-7 over the Saints, also about halfway through the second quarter. Looks like Falcons are coming up on a 4th down here. 4th and 3, and now they're probably going to end up punting, I'm assuming. So almost an hour in here. There hasn't been like crazy back and forth, but it is still the first half. What's amazing is that the Panthers are moving the ball again. Like they're almost at midfield one more time. Absolutely insanity going on in Miami. Bryce Young looking like the number 1 pick overall the way this is headed. That's for sure. Congratulations to Bryce. At least you put like a, 3/4 of a first half together. Made that team look viable. 2nd and 21 for the Seahawks. Going deep. Ooh, what a snag there by Tyler Lockett. Woo, that was pretty. Gino already with 102 yards already. I cannot believe the Falcons are going for it here at 4th and 3. Incomplete. Give the Commanders a free opportunity, basically plus side of the field. Come, Arthur Smith. What? Dude, you need to be like – you have Desmond Ridder as your quarterback. Why are you ever going for it? He's horrid. Oh, that is just ugly. Ugly! Bryce Young, 3rd and 7, midfield. No, he misses that one. They're going to end up punting there. How is it every time that the Seahawks are 2nd and 20 or 3rd and 11? I don't get it. Yeah, and they take down Gino there. Gino, they should be punting the ball 4th and 11. Well, it's always amazing, though. They scored towards the end of the quarter, and then the second quarter, they don't ever seem to put 3 consecutive drives together in the second quarter. There's always a little bit of pause, right? Seems like we get the anticipation of the start. Defenses figure things out on a couple of drives. Next thing you know, you're like, if you got an over, you're sitting there like, what the hell just happened here? So Bears didn't do nothing with their end of the ball, so they had to punt. Minnesota got the ball back at their own 28. I can't, like I said, I can't figure that one out at all. I like, how can they not get open against this Minnesota secondary? I don't get it. Don't get it at all. Look at DK Metcalf wide open at the end zone. Wide open might be the understatement of the day. Is Trent Williams back in after that? Wow. That is a man amongst boys there. Or a lot of heavy doses of painkillers, one of the two. Maybe he got an injection there. Yeah, I think they're mentioning on the broadcast about they've been a healthy team. If they all of a sudden become unhealthy. Ayuk wide open. This could cash that ticket for us. Oh, what a leap. Wow. That was a big, big leap. Ayuk, the ASU grad for all of us here in Phoenix. Wow. They run the ball again because they're absolutely in love with the former as they used to babysit his kid, him as a kid or something. I don't understand. Like, I know you want to run the ball, but like, does McCaffrey have to run it every time? Oh, off the hands of Dotson. You got to reach out for that one, brother. Not enough targets for you to sit there and squander one away. Well, let's see if Brock can get this together here and get this team down to the end zone. Brock Purdy back to pass. Another pass. Oh, Ayuk drops the easy one there. Ugh, absolutely ugly. So let's look at these live lines quick, because that's what we're here for, is to make money. 49ers currently at 13.5-point favorite. I'm sorry, now to 16.5 as they're getting down closer there as a 7-0 lead. Panthers up 14-7, 6.5-point dog still. Then we've got Seahawks at plus 8.5. Bengals are up 14-7 there. Vikings up 6-3. Line currently a 5.5 live line. Jaguars up 14-3, currently a 14.5-point favorite. That might be a good opportunity to backdoor the Colts on that particular matchup. Commanders up 10-7 and a 2.5-point favorite. Texans up 10-7 and a 1.5-point favorite. So a lot of stuff going on there. Live lines got below 36 finally on this 49ers game. Live line on this Panthers-Dolphins game, that totals up to 54.5, 49.5 in that Bengals-Seahawks game. 38.5 currently in that Bears-Vikings game. Colts-Jags at 45.5. Commanders-Falcons at 46.5. And Saints-Texans at 46.5 as well. So lines moving all over the place as we're getting to that halfway point of the second quarter, or a little bit less. Or in the case of the 49ers game, we'll get to the end of the second quarter when the 4 o'clock Eastern games start on there, because this game is taking forever. Is that Brock Purdy for a sneak? Wow. 4th and 1, and Riverboat Ron going for it. Sam Howell doing what Sam Howell does, is make it interesting. So Bengals have got the ball under 5 minutes to go, second quarter. Halfway to, a little over halfway to go in the Vikings-Bears second quarter, and Vikings got the ball. Commanders with the ball in the lead. 6 minutes plus to go in the second quarter. Ray McLeod getting into the offense. You know it's barn burner stuff when that's happening for the 49ers. Yeah, great offense there for the Saints. 3rd and 6, and you throw wide receiver or halfback screen. Great stuff. Can't throw the ball 7 yards down the field. Oh, that's right. We got Derek Carr. Never mind. That line now to 17.5 now in this 49ers game. As they get down inside the red zone. Looks like Cincinnati's going to have to punt the ball back to Seattle.
He's regarded as a wide receiver who can play in the slot. He can run routes. But he is a ball carrier, man. They cannot, very rarely, can that first contact get him to the ground. He's elusive. He's strong.
He's elusive and strong. Greg Olsen with all the adjectives today. First and 10 from the 15 for the 49ers. I can't believe they're running the ball on the Browns. I did not expect them to be able to do that at all. Short of the sticks. Somebody tell Minnesota to go ahead and score a touchdown. Sam Howell throwing it deep. Scary Terry with the catch. Somebody call somebody on that one. When Scary Terry gets a catch, I think they forget that he's even on the team half the damn time, to be really honest with you. So, unreal. What a catch by Scary Terry McLaurin on that one. But he is going against A.J. Terrell. I will say this, A.J. Terrell is one of the best corners in the league. If he can stay healthy, he'll get a chance to prove it all season long. Touchdown, Commanders. Commanders going up 17-7. So if you like the Falcons in this game, now instead of favored by 2, you're getting 6.5. What an opportunity there if you want to play the Falcons. Is that the Falcons normally come back and make it interesting. The problem with the Commanders is they're inconsistent and they're having trouble putting 60 minutes of football together. So the 49ers end up kicking the field goal. Good stand there by the Browns. Normally when the 49ers get to the red zone, it's overtime. But going to be 10-0 lead. The Browns have got to score. I mean, they didn't expect they were going to hold the 49ers to no points today, right? So they have got to figure something out with P.J. Walker. He has looked absolutely horrible so far. So we're going to watch the Jags here, 3rd and 4 play their own end, and Trevor Lawrence gets sacked because he held on the ball for a half hour. That's normally what happens when you hold on the ball that long. Fling it or get out of the pocket and go. Now the Dolphins look like they're interested in playing a little bit as Mostert goes crazy. Woo! That was a big run for Mostert. They're down to the second goal from the 4-yard line. They're showing the first down and goal play. And they score on second down. We just don't know who got the touchdown yet. Since we had some Tyreek Hill, anytime touchdown money, we'll root for that one. As we're a little bit behind on red zone compared to the book. So we'll see if we can cover that 7.5 live line. And that I did not expect them to take a 14-0 lead, though, on that particular one. So Tua going to throw the ball, and Tua throws the ball too. Waddle getting a touchdown. We get to watch the Waddle dance. Everybody go crazy. It's the Waddle. Waddle's waddling. We love it. That was just a personal fantasy one there, right? So Dolphins tied up 14 apiece with the Panthers. That live line, like I said, moved to 9.5 now. And the total at 58.5. So that total's gotten crazy. Look at this 40-plus yard run by Mostert. What a stud. Man, that guy's a stud. 48-yard run. Impressive stuff. Impressive stuff. C.J. Stroud and the boys for the Texans going against the Saints. They're inside the red zone. 3rd and 1. Look at that. First down for them. And their defense is held up just a little bit, so even better. So I'll give you 49ers up 10-0. Panthers, Dolphins 14-all. Bengals 14-7 over the Seahawks. 6-3 Vikings lead, and they're punting at 4th down. Commanders up 17-7. Texans up 10-7. Let's see if the Texans can get this motor in here. Singletary going like crazy. Of course, Dameon Pierce is not in there for some ungodly known reason. Ooh, Kenneth Walker, big run up the middle. They're down to the 2-minute warning in the Seattle Bengals game there. So that we need a touchdown there out of Seattle, cover that first half over while we're at it and get that game to 28. Make it a lot easier in the second half there. A total of 45 for the game started. So see what happens here in the Texans Saints game. Dameon Pierce back in the ball game. Oh, look at this run by Pierce. Oh, what a monster run. What a monster run that was. The angry run. This Saints defense has been so good so far this season, and these young Texans are moving the ball up and down the field on them so far in the first half. I'm sure they'll probably figure out a way to tighten that up in the second half, but it's been crazy so far, that's for sure. Dameon Pierce back there in the I formation one more time for the Texans. That is the wrong way to go against the Saints, brother. It's now 3rd and goal from the 7. Gardner Minshew, 3rd and 5. Look at the Colts get a – wow, look at all that space. Jonathan Taylor with a huge reception. Live line currently on the 49ers game at 10.5. That's with a 10-0 lead. Kind of surprising. 14-14, 9.5-point favorite currently for the Dolphins. Bengals 14-7 lead and a 6.5-point favorite. Vikings a 2.5-point favorite. Jags up 14-3, 14.5-point favorite. Commanders up 17-7 and currently a 5-point favorite. And then Texans looks like 10-7, 3.5-point favorite in that particular matchup there. But they're about to kick a field goal, so I would think. Third and goal from the 6. We actually might be live here with the book. Oh, it's because they called timeout. I was like, how did we catch up on a game? Desmond Ridder, worst quarterback in the NFL. Look at that. Wide open Kyle Pitts. Wow. Even Desmond Ridder can complete a pass. Oh, my goodness. Don't look now, but the Browns have the ball inside the 20-yard line of the 49ers. What the hell just happened there? Who did PJ throw the ball to? Mari Cooper with the monster reception. That covered his receiving total there on one play. 58-yarder there, and I think his receiving total for the game start was like 41.5 because PJ's in the game. So they're inside the 20 there. If they can get a touchdown, they can make all those 49ers fans that are holding eliminator tickets quiver this week. Oh, look at the Texans go. C.J. Stroud, Robert Woods going to go up 17-7. Bears tie it up with the Vikings 6-6 in that barn burner. Thank you guys for not scoring any touchdowns in the first half. Oh, look at this. Browns, touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, welcome back to the Browns and welcome back to the NFL in the end zone. 10-7 ball game, line down to 7.5 after that score. Some crazy, crazy stuff. Look at Kareem Hunt there. Nice block in there. Was that Peoples-Jones there on the outside blocking? That was a hell of a block. Up and good, 10-7 ball game. What a surprise going on there. Like I mentioned before, they're showing the Bears kicking this 50-plus yarder now. So going to make this game 6-6 with a little over 3 minutes to go in the first half. Maybe we can get some ridiculous pick six and a score or something crazy to help us out there. Geno Smith back to pass. Geno Smith with a completion. They're moving the ball with less than 2 to go. They just kicked a field goal. So 14-10, 40-some seconds to go, first quarter in that particular matchup there. So 24 points in the first. Definitely a winner there for us in the first half over. And we expect even more scoring in the second half. Ritter, wide open, Bijan. Go, Bijan, go. Do Bijan things. Look at Trevor Lawrence run. They're on the plus side of the 50. Getting into Colts territory there. Look at all that fun stuff. Wow. Exciting things going on there. So we're getting close to halftime in a lot of these games. They're 2-minute warnings. See what the Jaguars put together here. They should remember this guy's number is 0, and his name is Calvin Ridley. But ETN has been eating them alive, so why not hand the ball to him? I don't blame him there at all. So 10-7 currently in that 49ers game. It's about a little over 5 to go, first half. Live line 49ers at 7.5-point favorite, 30.5 total. Panthers Dolphins live line's now at 12.5 at a 14-14 tie. Total at 58.5. Seahawks Bengals 14-10 Bengals currently a 5.5-point favorite, 47.5 total. Vikings 6-6 tie with the Bears, 37.5 total. Vikings 2.5-point favorite. Jaguars 15.5-point favorite as they're up 14-3, total at 43.5. Commanders up 17-7, currently a 6.5-point favorite. And Texans up 17-7, currently a 6.5-point favorite in that particular matchup. That's where we're sitting as we get closer to halftime here. We're going to kind of watch see what transpires. As the last 2 minutes is normally the score in 2 minutes of the first half on that particular on most NFL games. As they hurry it up and the other side plays, we don't want to get beat over the top, so we'll just let you move down the field and at least get in the field goal range. Bijan running around like a madman. Bijan might be the guy that runs for 3,000 yards, and just him and Tyreek Hill seem to motion more than anybody else. So absolutely crazy there. Bijan's got to be a tired man at the end of that game. That's all I'm saying. And we're watching to see what they're going to do on this particular flag. Being an offensive lineman, I'm not sure how you get ineligible so often as they have called it this year, like crazy. Tua with the big pass there to Waddle's having a monster. 3 catches, 44 yards, and a touchdown in the first half. And the good news is that the Dolphins will actually be interested in that particular game in the second half, as they haven't been for weeks since Buffalo. Wow, Ritter to London. I think my weak-ass arm could have completed that pass, but hey, what do I know? What happened in this Bears-Vikings game? Oh! Interception! Come on, Bears. There you go. Bears instant red zone opportunity. As Red Zone goes to basically commercial break here. Get a little stretch in as we get going here. We are going to take a bathroom drink break here shortly, just to give everybody a heads up. Once some of these games head to the halftime mark. And then we'll come back for the second half. And the favorite part of everybody's Red Zone, witching hour, where craziness becomes even more craziness and craziness becomes even more craziness, because I won't steal Scott Hansen's line there. But good stuff overall. We'll see if the Bears went to the 2-minute warning. Falcons kick a field goal to make it 17-10. See if the Commanders can move the ball at all the last couple minutes. Texans up 17-7 under 2 minutes. Exciting stuff all the way around, right? Joe Burrow. Look at Joe Burrow running around. Come on, Burrow. That was nuts. If you guys get a chance to watch that play again, please do. That was well worth the price of admission on that one. Oh, my. They had to punt. Seattle, I'm sure, is going to kneel it out because it is Pete Carroll. Let's get back to this Dolphins game here. Let's see if we can see the arcade game go a little bit more for points. Mostert with the first down. What a hell of an effort there to get to the 2-minute warning and get him a first down. Big play here for the Browns defense. Nope. Ray McLeod beats him again. Unfreaking believable. Out of all the dudes on San Francisco, Ray McLeod. Are we serious right now? Ugh. If Ray McLeod, he cost me more money, I swear. No. Calvin Ridley getting into the mix here with the catch. Way to go, Calvin. Good job there. And they're matriculating down the field. Jacksonville needs to learn how to close games out, and this is where you score this touchdown instead of a field goal or a turnover like they've been doing. Christian Kirk touchdown. That's how you do it, Jags. That's how you finish a team off. Is instead of that last minute kick a field goal, go shove another 7 points down them, make it 21-3, and watch you go. Excellent job for the Jags. Excellent job there. Now we'll get back to the 49ers game because we'll show them even when it's 2nd and 12 from their own side of the field. Oh, Purdy actually overthrew somebody. Wow. So we reached halftime in that Seahawks-Bengals game. Vikings are at 6. Vikings-Bears 6-6. They're coming out of the 2-minute warning. And that Texans-Saints game still at 17-7, getting like a minute to go in the first half. Come on, Bears. Time to throw a touchdown pass. He threw that one like a flame duck. Oh, what a bad interception for Justin there. Oh, that was horrible. And Bears fans, I feel your frustration because threw the ball straight up. Dolphins end up scoring, and we missed this because we got to watch this dumbass play for the Bears. Dude, sometimes you have to realize when you're just beat. That is just horrible. Oh, good. Maybe we get to go back and see how they scored here. Oh, they took it off the board? There's Tyreek Hill, touchdown. Is there a flag on the play? There it is. Tyreek Hill, touchdown. Miami coming back up 21-14. We're feeling a lot better about that 7.5 live line bet when they were down 14-0.
Celebration, it looked to me that he went to some personnel on the sideline there, grabbed either a camera or a cell phone, did the backflip celebration, and then tried to take a photo for a selfie or something. Tyreek actually was fine.
So we cashed that Tyreek Hill anytime touchdown ticket. That's always good to know. The only problem is I think we were going in, like, out of the 5 fantasy leagues, I think we're going against them in 4. Excessive celebration.
There it is, the touchdown stands, but yeah, he grabbed the prop and took that guy's there it is. I thought I saw when it happened live, and the replay confirmed it.
Tyreek doing Tyreek things. If you could get him and Primetime Sanders together, that'd be interesting. Can you imagine Primetime coaching Tyreek Hill and Primetime going, we'll take the penalty, just have fun? Man. Great pass by Derek Carr. That should be intentional grounding. There was nobody within 10 yards. He didn't get it back to the line of scrimmage. He's still in the pocket. Call the penalty. Call it. Of course, they don't call it. Calais Campbell, you go, big fella. You go, big fella. You go. You deserve that. You deserve that one. Go get it, big fella. 100 sacks. Congratulations, Calais. There's still a lot of time. There's still almost 2 minutes left in that Carolina Dolphins game. If Carolina's not careful and can't get a first down here, the Dolphins probably going to want to get the ball back and march down the field again.
They were discussing whether or not there was going to be a 10-second runoff, and of course you give the head coach an option. If you have timeouts remaining, you can take one that prevents a 10-second runoff, and that's what he would.
Looks like the Vikings moved the ball down the field, but instead we get stuck with watching the Saints offense, which is the most horrifying feeling in football. If you're a fan of football, watching this Saints offense is like setting back the clock 90 years. It's absolutely sickening. Derek Carr makes $40+ million a year for what? That's just ugly. So 21-3, going basically about to halftime there. And the Jags Colts. 49ers still moving the ball here. The Browns have got to step up here and hold to a field goal try. Delay a game on the 49ers. All right. We thought the 49ers might play a little sloppy this game. They have so far. Unfortunately, the Browns haven't been able to do much either, but it was kind of what we expected there. They're back to the Vikings game. They got a chance to all these passes underneath, and he didn't even get out of bounds. What's the flag on? Of course, they won't tell us what the flag's on because we got to go back to San Francisco at any point we possibly can. That ball was out of bounds. If they call a flag there, Saints going to have to kick a field goal because the Saints do what the Saints do and is suck. 17-10 game there. Did not expect that kind of scoring. That is for sure. Another underneath throw. They need to look at that play. Looks like the Vikings did score a touchdown.
If it continues to rain, this is something to keep an eye on. And the Browns have called the timeout here.
49ers going to have to punt. Finally under the 2-minute warning there. Let's see who the touchdown went to for the Vikings. Jordan Addison. You go, Jordan Addison. You do you, buddy. Love it. Ooh, Carolina moving down the field. They're inside the 30 of the Dolphins. And nobody home there for that pass. I would like to thank the Panthers for making this interesting enough for the Dolphins to actually still have to run their offense in the second half. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I do appreciate it tremendously. It's just a treat to watch that Dolphins offense. Look at Thielen having a monster game for the Panthers. There were some crazy bets out there with him getting over 111 yards, and it looks like he's going to be home already on some of those. And they're going to be stopped there, short. I'm sure the field goal unit's probably coming out. Take the points if you're the Panthers. I don't know if you've scored 17 all season. Halftime, the Commanders, Falcons. Halftime, Saints, Texans. Halftime at the Jaguars, Colts. Soon to be halftime at Bears, Vikings. We're going to have about halftime everywhere here, except in that Browns 49ers game that might last until the late windows get done as well, as long as that game's taken. 21-6 in the Jags Colts game. Make it a little bit closer there. Extra point was blocked. No shocker there. So it's 12-6. I should be mad at myself. Don't ever bet on bad football teams. It never works out well. So Panthers going to tack on this field goal. We are going to take our quick break here, get back for the start of these second half games. So make sure you check those out when we come back here, and we'll update live lines to see if there's anything else we're going to play. This is Sports Bets for Free, and we'll be talking with you soon.
PJ Walker, the guy trying to tie it up for better. Four-man rush. Walker stands in the Joker has it. And it just goes forward up to the 15-yard line. A little over 6 yards on that play. Be careful because 49ers have 2 timeouts, so they could get the ball back in good field position here if they hold them for an out. Gets a good block, first down, Elijah Moore up to the 29. So now look to see him play with a little bit more pace. The key to a good 2-minute drive especially one that's not necessarily win the game. It's not a fourth quarter 2 minute before the half. Because you want to get that first down. If anything, for field position, now it allows you to get into your up-tempo rhythm. Now you're thinking go down there and have a chance to steal 3 points. Walker slams, ball is loose, and now the whistle blows. Live, it looked like at the last second he kind of did an underhand. Is it incomplete pass? I don't know. I think that might be a fumble, and if it is a pass, it's intentional grounding. I just don't know if that ball is clearly in his hand when his hand's going forward. And this is exactly what we're talking about. They have to be careful giving San Francisco an extra possession before the half. Did you see Wilkes? Wait to see what the officials determine. I think it's close.
Yeah, it sure is. They ruled it incomplete, and if that's the case, it should be grounding, as you said. See, they're explaining it to Kyle Shanahan. Let's bring on Dean Blandino. Dean, I'm getting there's a couple things here. First of all, if it is
the quarterback threw the ball.
listen to here.
There was no receiver in the area. It's a grounding.
Okay.
That is a penalty at the spot of the foul. Lost it down.
Yeah, so Cleveland doesn't look like they're going anywhere before the end of the half. That's the only game with time remaining in the first half on the right side of the double box. And just saw the second half kickoff. Seahawks and Bengals. Cincinnati 14, Seahawks 10. The Bengals will be on the bye after this game. Seahawks just coming off of the bye, in with a 3-game win streak as well. It's an interesting AFC and NFC matchup there, Cincinnati and Seattle. We'll get you there for the start of the third quarter in a moment, but let's see if PJ Walker and the Cleveland Browns coaching staff stays aggressive here with 39 seconds left.
That's like the one thing you don't want to have, right? Because you get the ball after the half, a near disaster. And now, again, you can't challenge if you're Kyle Shanahan because it's inside 2 minutes, but they certainly can look at it upstairs. You heard Dean's explanation. I got to be honest. I think it's a fumble. I don't love incomplete there, but I'm not an official.
Yeah, you got to determine it. You know, you heard Dean said his hand is slightly starting to move forward. We can bring Dean in again now. We're getting a real good look at it, but remember the ruling on the field was a forward pass incomplete.
Yeah.
Is there enough evidence to hold?
All right, sports bets for free. We are coming back here live. Do appreciate everybody's patience there as we had to use the facilities and get some more liquids. Basically, one game coming out of the half right now. Bengals, Seahawks, in that particular matchup there. So we'll see live line currently in that particular game. Seahawks 3.5 point favorite, 45.5 total. The total was basically, that's right around where the total started. So pretty amazing how it ends up back there after the first half, right? So on that particular matchup there, nothing to really take advantage of in that game. The Browns and 49ers game is going to the end of the first half. There's some crazy call on whether PJ Walker was incomplete or fumble. If it's a fumble, that's really going to kill the Browns. Burrow intercepted on the first drive of the second half. That'll be moving things here shortly. Closer that game stays, the better that is for the total. That's all we're going to say. It was incomplete on the Browns game. So the Browns are going to get a chance to probably run this out. The 49ers only up 10-7. Seahawks got the ball back. Basically, everybody else at the half should be starting up here shortly, so a good chance to kind of reset a little bit. Give you this. 49ers currently a 6.5 point favorite. They were 10 before the game started. The Dolphins-Panthers game with the Panthers missing that field goal, 21-14 is still 14.5 points. Seahawks, 3.5-point dog. Currently, they were 3 at the start of the day. Vikings, 6.5-point favorite. They're up 12-6. They were a 3-point favorite at the start of the day. Jags were a 4-point favorite. They're up 21-6 and currently a 16.5-point favorite. Commanders up 17-10, 5.5-point favorite. They were a 2-point dog to start the day. Texans up 17-10. They were a 2-point dog today to start the day, and they're a 4.5-point favorite at the half. Kind of where we're sitting currently on the live lines on there. So good chance to, if you want to make some halftime plays before those get started, if you like the way, I think the Dolphins are going to come back and cover the rest of this. I don't like the number being back at 14.5. That's why when they were down early, we made the play at 7.5 on the live line. On that one there, I do expect the Bears to come back. So at that 6.5 number looks pretty enticing. I think the Bears are going to figure out a way to score in the second half on that one there. You got to put the ball. Justin Fields, DJ Moore. Do we need to see any more than that? And it looks like the Browns are going to punt here. So unless something stupid happens, which it is the Browns, so it's always possible. It looks like it's back at the San Francisco 5-yard line, 1st and 10 with 21 seconds to go. So huge punt. What a nice punt. Oh, so they're going to push it back further. Nice punt there from the Cleveland punter for sure. I understand it's coming to the end of the half, but this is where I don't understand why Red Zone here doesn't, like, I don't know, like flip over to the other game. As the other game is going on. Yeah, because the 49ers being as good as they are, I guess we have to watch the 49ers kneel it down as well because that's important. Will they hurry up and kneel this shit down so we can get on to the next game? They're not going to run a play. All right, now we'll get back to the live game instead of the finishing off the last 15-second bullshit game. Did Metcalf finally get a catch? He sure the hell did. Look at Metcalf go. Look at that. Great job, DK. You should find him on every possession and throw him the damn ball. It's not hard. It should be the DK Metcalf Kenneth Walker show. But for some reason, they want to spread the ball around to the guys that aren't as good as their top two players. And one of the worst plays in football, which is pitch the ball and they run straight up the middle. So another great one there. Great stuff. Absolutely great stuff. Not really. All right, so that Browns-49ers game is 10-7 going to the half. Line at 7.5 in that particular game now. Total at 33.5. That game started off at 36, was the lowest total on the board. So 33.5 now. Looks like a face mask on Kenneth Walker. They should be pretty close to getting close to the red zone now for Seattle, which is what we need. We need points in this game. Seattle to take the lead would be a big deal for us over players on this particular matchup. So let's see what they put together here. They should be looking DK Metcalf. As the back end of that Cincinnati defense is not that great. Gino's strolling around. Looks like Gino's going to try to get some yards. He does. Good job, Gino. Looks like the Jags and the Colts are about to come out of halftime. And the other game's still at halftime. And the 49ers, they'll probably come back in a couple hours from halftime. I don't know. The refs are way too involved in that game. That, and there was an injury, and all of a sudden Trent Williams came back, and all of a sudden now they're, crazy. I don't know if you guys saw this, but on DraftKings right now, the Panthers are a plus 1,200 on the money line. The Dolphins a minus 2,800 on the money line. That's crazy. Plus 1,200 and they're only down a touch? Okay. We're not going to play it, but if somebody likes taking a little bit of risk, that's not a bad risk to take. $1 for 12? So let's see what happens here. Like I said, only one game kind of going on right now, Bengals and Seahawks. No, there's going to be off. That's false start. Going to be 3rd and 8 now. Charles Cross, man, come on, bro. One of my favorite offensive tackles in the league. Had a monster rookie season, got hurt game 1 this season, and doing crazy stuff like that. See what happens here on 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 here in this for Seattle. From like the 27-yard line. Maybe the 28. Bobo. Oh, inside the 5. Bobo with the big catch for the Seahawks. Come on, let's get this in the end zone as quickly as possible. What are we waiting on? Look at Bobo go. Now they're flipping back over to the Falcons Commanders because everybody needs to watch Desmond Ridder. I swear it's in the NFL directive to make Desmond Ridder look like an NFL quarterback for red zone. It's absolutely insanity. All right, so Seahawks 1st and goal inside the 5. Kenneth Walker up the middle for 1. Exciting stuff. I know everybody's pumped. 3rd and 10 for the Jags coming out of the break. Long distance throw there. Trevor Lawrence overthrew him by 15 yards. That was close, Trevor. They need to find some more Calvin Ridley in that second half. This is amazing to me. Metcalf's got that one-on-one matchup, and you watch there. Oh, so close.
6'4", 235, huge target. Taylor Britt battled him the entire way.
Illegal low block on Kenneth Walker. Oh, there's Desmond Ridder doing Desmond Ridder things. Interception. God. I cannot believe the Falcons are not calling every quarterback on earth. That guy is pitiful. That is pitiful. Unreal. Ugh. Was that really a pick? Unreal. Come on, Gino. This is unbelievable.
Holding teams to 3. It feels like from the momentum thing that Arthur Smith talked about coming out of the half to AJ. Right now, it's a big switching momentum. Stop here, holding to 3, keeping it.
Oh, Commanders looks like they did score on this next play. Sam Howell back to pass, running around. Bijan, little dump off. Bijan, end zone, touch. Brian Robinson, touchdown. Brian Robinson. Unreal. Looks like the Vikings had to punt. Bears get the ball back. Start of the second half. Need some points in that game desperately. And the Commanders put it through. Now we get to watch the Dolphins. And the most fun offense in the league. Woo! What a catch by Alec Pierce. So 24-10 in that Commanders game. They are currently a 10.5-point favorite. So Falcons getting 10.5 to maybe backdoor that thing. Oh, and Gardner Minshew doing Gardner Minshew things, which is interception. This is where the Jags need to learn. This is where you put the game away. I know I said the same thing at the end of the first half, but this is where you put the game away on this one. This is where you make it 28-6 and get this game over with. And then we got Justin Fields coming back on the field. Let's see if Justin Fields can do some crazy things here with DJ Moore. That line there, that totals came all the way down to like 38.5. Obviously we're on it over 43.5, so the line's down a little bit. But does anybody expect there not to be some touchdowns in the second half? Because I sure the hell do. So let's see Justin Fields, see if he can move this ball. All right, Justin Fields back to pass and running for his life as normal. And Justin Fields running. All right. I just – like when he's scrambling around, you still have to keep your head upfield. I guarantee you there's somebody that came open. But he is looking for that sideline. He's looking, trying to get around the corner there. And Justin Fields is big and fast, crazy big and fast, right? But you got to be looking downfield there. I guarantee you somebody is open in the scramble drill. So they're flipping back over to Joe Burrow inside his own 10, 3rd and 2. On this particular one here, after the big interception for him, they do get a first down. Big news for them, moving the ball a little bit. Oh my goodness, what is going on? I want to sign up to be the Bears offensive coordinator immediately. That's all I'm saying, because the plays that they run are just, I don't get it. Like, you can throw the ball 2 plays in a row. Chicago Bears. Let's watch Bryce Young here, see if he can get anything done. They're pushing towards the 50-yard line again, 3rd and 6. It looks like they don't, but on this particular one here, as we kind of zoom forward there on the live betting apps, he gets sacked. Let me guess, Christian Wilkins. Congratulations, brother. That's 2 weeks in a row. Good job for you, Christian Wilkins. And now you punt it back to the most lethal offense in the league. Come on, Justin. What are we doing, Justin? Where are we going, Justin? Where are you going, buddy? Scramble around again because we don't ever let. I can't believe, unbelievable. As well as he's been playing the last couple of weeks, and he's playing another crappy defense with the Vikings, I just can't believe it. Let's see what Desmond Ridder does again. There you go. Look at that. Your top 10 draft pick, Bijan getting the ball. About time. All right, let's see if Cincinnati can get another first down on this particular one here. Looks like Seattle bringing it, and they get home. So that particular game there, Bengals, so it's still 3.5, now down to 41.5 as we haven't had any scoring yet in the second half so far. 14-10 lead for the Bengals. Now 2.5, 41.5. Oh, look at Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder is always great when he's down like 10 points plus. Calvin Ridley just a little short there. This is the Jaguars, so almost guaranteed they're going to go for it on fourth. Because Doug Peterson has never met a fourth down he didn't like. Oh, this is not good for the Bears. Oh, my. If Justin Fields is hurt, watch out. That thing's going to get blown up. Those totals for us are going to get absolutely destroyed if that's the case. Jacksonville going to kick a field goal for the first time ever. Doug Peterson does not go for a 4th and 1. And they make the field goal. That's the difference right there. Good team's going to figure out how to finish that game off and give their dude some time off in the fourth quarter. The Jags just not quite there yet. I mean, I don't really get it. So so just a FYI for everybody out there, everybody, our picks are all free. So no reason to buy them at. So all you have to do is go to our channel. There is a link when you go to our channel at the top for Google Sheet. You'll see that. Also, you can go into any episode, full-length episode, and we're going to have our picks there as well on the Google Sheet in the comments section. There'll be a link there. Desmond Ridder, sack. What a shock that is, right? So Desmond Ridder is absolute trash. Crazy stuff. Crazy. So we still got 10-7 in the 49ers Browns game. They're just coming out of the halftime. 21-14 Dolphins lead. Seahawks Bengals still at 14-10. Looks like they're flipping back over to the Browns game now in red zone. Vikings still up 12-6. They're inside their own 5. Jags still up 24-6. Commanders up 24-10. Texans still up 17-10. Burning through the third quarter on that one, as we kind of expected. They might score first half, but on that one. But we'll see what the Browns do here on 3rd and 7, which with P.J. Walker, probably not a lot. Did Cooper make that catch? Oh, my God. Amari Cooper. This is where you just earned all that money right there, brother. That was crazy. And JR out there, thank you for the messages and thank you for watching. You can catch, like I said, you can catch all those picks on the Google Sheet. We do like a lot of the props tonight, necessarily the line. We do like the Bills over team total. We like Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis over. We like their receiving yards. We like Josh Allen over his passing yards. And we like Diggs and Gabe Davis for a touchdown. So appreciate you chatting in, JR. If I could learn how to type on this thing. Look at Cleveland moving the ball. Love it. Dolphins are moving the ball all of a sudden, and we're not watching that game. Pretty shocking there, as they normally love the offense there. All right, we'll keep watching the Njoku and the Browns and P.J. Walker. They are in field goal range, so no turnovers. He loves going to Cooper, and I don't blame him. I'd love going to Cooper, too, if I was the quarterback. That line has adjusted down to San Francisco minus 4.5. And Tyreek Hill. Oh, don't tell me it was a hammy. And then Cincinnati's back in field goal range. I'm sorry, Seattle is as well. Waddle doing Waddler things. Tyreek's out. I guess good news is for fantasy owners of Jalen Waddle. And the Bears get the ball back at their own 41-yard line after the punt by the Vikings. Look at Tyreek. Is he just absolutely ridiculous or what? Looks like he's going back. He's going back to the locker room on that one. Not good news for the Dolphins or Tyreek Hill fantasy owners. Should be a good time, though, for Raheem Mostert. Ahmed, Mr. Ahmed, got him inside the 10. There'll be goal to goal there. Going back to the Browns game, 3rd and 7. Just no turnovers, no sacks. PJ has to realize what he's working with here. All right, so they're down to the 25-yard line, 4th down. Should kick a field goal, tie this game up, get this thing back to 10-10, which it is 10-10. Absolutely amazing for the Browns to hang in there. That defense has played some outstanding ball today after giving up that touchdown early on that one. Dolphins inside the 10-yard line. This should be Mostert time. Mostert gets inside the 5. Seahawks are goal to go on Cincinnati. We need them to punch that thing in, because we're getting halfway through the 3rd quarter on that one. So as soon as red zone flips over there. And then they're going to go to split screen on red zone now. Bobo just took a shot. Look at Bobo go. Mostert up the middle, touchdown. Mostert is just an absolute horse. That dude is built like concrete walls and unbelievable. 28-14 there. Let's Seahawks 1st and goal at the 5. Either a timeout or it looks like a timeout here, because this is what happens in Seattle games. Medical. Oh, Bobo coming out for concussion protocol after he just got whacked. Bobo's like, I ain't coming out for nothing. Let's see if we can watch. Let's go Commanders. Once you get the Falcons down 30, then Desmond Ridder looks like a Hall of Famer. Oh no. More Bobo all the time. I might just have to pick Bobo up on fantasy just because I love his name of Bobo. This guy is crazy. I'm going to say this one more time, Seattle. DK Metcalf. Throw the ball up in the air. Make him jump for it. Kenneth Walker, definitely a stud, but this is crazy. So Dolphins now up 28-14. That live line bet is 7.5. Looked really well there. They're 17.5-point favorite now. We need 3 more points out of Miami to cover that team total of 30.5, as well as the largest of the weekend. Texans have got the ball in Saints territory. Kenneth Walker gets stuffed again. I don't know how many times we got to watch the same episode of Kenneth Walker gets stuffed inside the 5. That is crazy. That is just crazy stuff. Like, why do we have to watch Kenneth Walker every damn time get stuffed? I love Kenneth Walker, but they do not run block in the red zone worth a piss. Third and goal. And we try to rifle this out route. Do they ever do a crosser inside, like in the end zone? Tyler Lockett is like 2 inches tall compared to the rest of these dudes. Seattle kicks a field goal, 14-13, 27 points. Total was like 44.5. So we're still needing 3 touchdowns out of that game to make that game happen. Texans down to the 1-yard line, 2nd and goal. If they don't hand the ball off to Dameon Pierce 2 times, I'm going to be a little upset. No, and of course, unreal. I know they want to show off their quarterback. Trust me, I do. But how do you not run Dameon Pierce there? How do you not do that? Ugh. I don't like. I have a hard time following along with that stuff, bro. That is crazy. No, they're talking about Chicago consequential update, which means Justin Fields is out, right? But you give it to him on 2nd and goal, and you run it up the middle, and you got no blocking, so he loses 3 yards. Okay, thanks. Appreciate you, Texans. Just kick the field goal and get it over with. Oh, all Chicago going crazy. The backup quarterback's in. Let me give you a hint, backup quarterback. DJ Moore. He wears number 2. Oh, my God. No, that's a touchdown. Vikings defense. If you had a Vikings defense, special teams anytime touchdown ticket, that just cashed. Way to go, CJ. Keep going. When in doubt, keep going backwards. Unbelievable. How about a quick pass to Cole Kmet or DJ Moore, your 2 best throwing options, and you can't do that. Texans go up 20-10 in that particular matchup there. We're kicking the field goal because, I mean, this is what rookie quarterbacks do. And sometimes they try to. That's why you gotta really focus on running the ball when you're inside goal to go, and you can't figure out how to run block. Absolutely amazing. Otherwise, you're going to do what they're doing, which is kick a bunch of field goals. We're back to the 49ers-Browns game. Big 3rd down here. Oh, my God, did we just see a Brock Purdy interception? Look at Cleveland go. All survivor pick people that had the 49ers this week, their buttholes are clenching up like crazy. Unreal. Unreal some more. Brock Purdy throws a pick. Unbelievable. Can't believe it. Don't want to believe it. Ain't going to believe it. Desmond Ridder back to pass. Whoa, look at Desmond Ridder go. Look at Desmond Ridder go. Look at Desmond Ridder go. Look at Desmond Ridder go.
Last week they lose their starting quarterback, their starting Anthony Richardson down the bench. What do they have left in the tank? The Lakers with a middle first down. Jacksonville.
Christian Kirk having another monster. If Jacksonville doesn't go finish this game off, it's crazy. 24-6. They have just absolutely beat up on the Colts today, and they still can't figure out a way to finish this team off. They keep getting opportunities to do it. Jacksonville first and goal. 2 tight end set. And let's let Trevor Lawrence run around, run pass option. Ooh, DJ Chark getting the catch. Carolina's still making this interesting. They're trying. You got to give them credit. They don't lack effort. They just lack talent. Travis Etienne goes nowhere for Jacksonville. Now it's down to 3rd and goal. 4th and 1 for the Panthers at the 24 and going for it against the Dolphins here, trying to make it interesting. Bryce Young going to the end zone. Nobody home. Jaguars look like they did score, so maybe they'll flip back to this game here as they take a 30-6 lead. Maybe they did learn how to do this. I just don't – like I said, with all the talent they've got on the offense of this team, they should be putting up 30 weekly. I don't even know who Brenton Strange is, but congratulations, Mr. Strange. You got a touchdown. So Texans still up 20-10. Falcons down 2 touchdowns, 24-10 to the Commanders, 31-6 in that Jags game. Line went to 24.5 live line. Sounds awful tempting, doesn't it? Take the 24.5 there. Vikings up 19-6 because we don't believe in extra points. Then we've got Bengals, Seahawks at 14-13 still. Dolphins still up 28-14, still 10-10 in that 49ers-Browns matchup. Browns are at the 50. It's like 3rd and 7,000. It looks like it's going to be 4th and 8,000 now. As P.J. Walker takes sacks better than anybody ever met. This dude's supposed to be fast and mobile. He doesn't show that at all. That's awesome. P.J., can you not see that big dude coming right at you? Like, okay. It is what it is, right? And the Bears got it all the way back to like the Minnesota 45 and 4th and 3 and watch them punt, knowing that outstanding coaching staff for the Bears. Wink, wink. On that one there, but come on, Texans, finish these damn Saints off. I'm so sick and tired of. They should never be on TV ever. Oh, my God. Everybody needs to practice tackling might help. Nice bounce there to Darnell Mooney. If you throw the ball 15 yards vertically or 15 yards horizontally, it's still 15 yards.
Questionable to return. They're not ruling it out just yet, but a hand for Justin Fields. Good news apparently for the Miami Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, they're calling it a cramping.
Oh, Tyreek Hill only with cramping.
Often not a very serious situation. Perhaps he was going into the locker
We are getting close to that one thing there that goes crazy, and that's called the witching hour. So get buckled up, buckle up your chin straps, so to speak, because we're about to get into that witching hour here very shortly, where craziness becomes more crazy.
Where are we going to next, guys? We want to go back to Atlanta or back to Houston. Both red zone drives continue. The offense coordinator picked up 24.
Do we really need to go watch the Saints some more?
7 targets to that. That was a big one. Two killer. Here comes a flag.
There's a flag. There's a hold. Yay, I'm so glad they switched to this game.
And Chicago going for it on 4th and 3. To the 42. And that pass. This one was inbounds. Scott Miller reeled it in, but did not get the feet down.
This is where the Vikings need to go. You know what? We want to win here. So let's go score. Quit messing around. This is a classic Vikings where they'll get the ball at midfield here because they didn't convert on 4th down, and they'll basically either go 3 and out or kick like a 50-yard field goal. They'll try to run the ball, which they can't do. I mean, it's just absolutely insanity. Taysom Hill. Everybody thought was going to be a couple years ago the best tight end in the league as he got graded as a tight end, but look at the Falcons go for it. Hollins has got more hair than anybody else in the NFL coming out of his helmet. Congratulations on that one. You win the best hair award. Texans have got to make them kick a field goal here. I mean, watch this be roughing the passer because he got him low. How about you get Bijan the ball? Let's try something new. Bijan up the middle for about 4.
So we saw the same play last week. Desmond Ridder is wrong stiff. Right there. Takes him back and then that's featured right there. Kenny. Call it the dying cockroach. When you get beat like that, just keep your feet in the air. So you can trip somebody. It's a good call by the official. But man, that power off the edge by Bernard.
Time for a Will Anderson sack in that Saints game, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Incomplete. What a shocker. 20-13 now in that Saints game. They're down a touchdown, getting close to the 4th quarter there. We could use some no more scoring in that game. Falcons end up scoring. What are the Tyreek Hill back in the game. Tyreek. I love watching Tyreek. Of course, I'm a huge Chiefs fan if you guys have watched any of the show. But Tyreek is just ridiculous. Like 150 yards receiving. Jonnu Smith, Arthur Smith's favorite player. "31 games later, he does score." I think it's time for Tua and the Dolphins to put away these feisty Panthers today and make them think about never coming there again.
You look at right here, but just delayed and easy touchdown pass
I swear the Falcons have to get down 2+ touchdowns for Desmond Ridder to do anything. It's absolutely insanity. So there's the field goal, about 2 plays late. And for some reason they go, the old analytics, 2-point conversion down 14, go for it. I love the play for the pass interference call. So exciting. So the Browns got the ball again, anti-ball game. Boy, I tell you what, it would be some fun eliminator buttholes puckering up, and we could get this down to hardly nobody left. As we watch the Dolphins here today, we were a little nervous when they were down 14-0, as all of our eliminator picks are on them. But Braxton Berrios catching some more balls. Still 28-14 there. Nope, sure doesn't. And where is Bijan Robinson in this game? Arthur Smith. How do you not at least put Bijan in there for a decoy? You deserve to lose. Geno Smith doing Geno Smith things, which is getting an interception. Unreal. Joe Burrow needs to go put that game away. And here's what the Vikings do, which is run the ball when they got a chance to put this game completely out of reach. Why don't you go throw the ball to Mr. Osborne and watch him catch it and score? Instead, we throw a 3-yard check down. About normal for Vikings. We're about to hit the witching hour here, folks, where, like I said before, craziness becomes even more craziness. So they missed the field goal there. The Vikings do. It's still 19-6. Bears got the ball back basically at midfield. Jaguars still up 31-6. Colts got the ball, 3rd and goal. 24-16 lead for the Commanders, 7.5-point favorite in the live line. Texans still up 20-13, but they're only is that right? 4.5-point favorite? No, the line's back. Okay. Yeah, 4.5-point favorite. So I actually like the Texans there. I think their defense has played outstanding today. 3rd and 10, and they can't move the ball. 3 and out and gain no yards on that Geno Smith interception. What the hell is going on in this game? Oh. Come on, Brown. Shock the world. Shock the world, Browns. The Browns down in field goal range again. Look at that. A field goal for Cincinnati. Somebody finally scored in the second half. Congratulations.
Yeah, and I think he deserves a lot of credit. I think when we asked him, he was very upfront and honest and said, listen, there was a lot of, there was a humbling process of going through, taking over defense. It's Aaron. I'm just going to keep a lot of the things in place. A lot of what they've done, their personnel, their speed, has worked for a long time.
There you go. Look at them matriculating down the field. 3rd and 4 on the San Francisco 29. This is where they show the Vikings missing the field goal. Vikings do what the Vikings do, which is leave bad teams hanging around till the end. This is why they are also a bad team. Looks like the Browns are going to have to settle for a field goal, which points in that game is big. So take all the field goals you can get, give yourself an opportunity. Michael Pittman with a huge catch in that Colts-Jags game. Gardner Minshew doing Gardner Minshew things, which is show up once the game's out of reach. Oh, no. This is where the chink in the 49ers armor starts to show up with McCaffrey's out. And now the Dolphins at 3rd and goal in that Carolina game. So I'm not sure why we're watching this field goal for the Browns, but okay. As the Browns take a 13-10 lead, and watch all those 49er fans start to quiver. Mostert is just an absolute horse. It's like another 60-inch vertical. We were watching some hops today. It's absolutely crazy. That should be pass interference. Red zone a couple plays behind in that game as it's now 3rd and goal from the 1. Let's see if the Seahawks can do anything now down 13-17. That game smells like it's going to end on the hook at 24-20. All right, Bears. Oh, that guy has no arm strength at all. Why are you throwing wide with this dude? It looks like the Dolphins did score on 3rd and goal from the 1. We'll see who ended up getting the touchdown here where we're watching red zone, like I said, which is about a play, 2 plays late. In most cases, as they're flipping all the way around. Nothing unusual. Mostert. Touchdown, Dolphins. Dolphins do cover their team total of 30.5, the highest of the week. Colts end up scoring as well to make it 31-13, 24-16 still in the Commanders game. Texans game still 20-13. Saints moving the ball one more time. They're inside the 40-yard line of the Texans. It's that running game, man. It's going to cost you wins when you can't run the clock out in the fourth quarter, especially for the Texans. They are fun to watch, boy. But I tell you, that run game is just just ends up being brutal. Oh, McCaffrey looks like he's out maybe for the rest of the game. 49ers down 13-10. And again, another false start. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, me being down here in the Phoenix area, we'd love to see, obviously, Brock Purdy's from there, so I'd love to see him maybe come back and put a drive together to win that game, but just the 49ers fans are getting a little bit out of control, so nice to bring him back to reality going against P.J. Walker. Purdy slides down to 10-yard line. That Cleveland defense is humming, boy. 3rd and 20 at the 15. Ooh, Taysom Hill's in the game. What a shocker. If you want to watch, let's guarantee what's coming here. Stop the Taysom Hill run. If you get beat on the pass, you get beat. Stop the Taysom Hill run. Look at that. Only gained 2. Perfect. Derek Carr doing what Derek Carr does, which is nothing. Third and 20 for the 49ers, which ends up being 4th and 4th and 10. The 49ers are going to have to punt. And Carr overthrows somebody in the end zone. I don't know what Geno's looking for half the time, but that's just ugly. Oh, my God. How do you throw a pick there, Trevor? Oh, lovely. Thank you. Love it. Keep missing them, Saints. You deserve every bit of it. And here come the Falcons again because they're only interested in coming from behind. And for some reason, Bijan, maybe Algiers is down. Maybe now they do something with Bijan. I don't know. Ty goes to the receiver.
The penalty marker was against Washington and declined. Look at the effort, though, out of London, which gets this drive all the way now into Washington territory. Here's Robinson. Tosses it a little bit and just was able to slow him off with gain of 1 for Bijan Robinson, who today has 12 carries for 35 yards.
12 carries for 35 yards for Bijan. 34 yards receiving.
Usage when we met with Smith on Friday, and he said, look, he's so unique, but we can't overdo it. We have to play the long game with Bijan.
Yeah, you want to keep this guy healthy all year. I think tampering some of the carries is effective in the first couple of quarters.
There you go, Desmond Ridder.
But I do think you take the governor off him in the fourth quarter. At this point, it doesn't matter. You can throw the touches and the stats out. You're going to have your best players on the field with 656.
You think?
And on cue, here he comes.
Critical situation, he thinks.
Read your keys, Let's say Gardner Minshew could press the gas pedal and make this a game. 31-13, but it's 3rd and 7 in the red zone. Minshew pump fakes, didn't like what he saw. Tucson rookie.
Minshew almost making a first down out of that. Oh, Ritter just got pummeled. No, they're going to call roughing the passer on that one. They hit him way too high.
This flag is in the area. We're going to wait the flag out here in the Commanders game. Gardner Minshew again roughing the passer. That bails out.
The Falcons get bailed out all the time. There it is. You throw an interception, I'll throw one back. These Commanders, I swear. Ron Rivera was one of the best. He didn't make stupid mistakes like this, but his team does all the time.
It's almost impossible to retarget in that situation. That was Quan Martin who came on a blitz, the second-round pick who had not played a defensive snap this season until
So not much going on here as of late. Carolina had to punt the ball back to the Dolphins, so let's see if they go put up a 40-burger. The Browns have the ball, 2nd and 10. Another sack for the Dolphins there. And once again, no Bijan Robinson inside the freaking 5-yard line. Arthur Smith should have been fired weeks ago, and it's just even worse. It's even worse. Here comes Bijan finally back into the game. And they're going to split him out. Yeah, and then you get a false start because you got some weird ass. Unreal. Like, this is okay. Look at Braxton Berrios go, the fastest white dude in the league. And guess what team he plays for? Throw the ball to DJ Moore. DJ Moore. DJ Moore. And you roll out to the opposite side where DJ's at. I think definitely need to sign up for OC at a lot of these spots here because this is ridiculous. Seahawks making Burrow look like he can't move. I think the Jaguars, like a good play here if you're looking for a live line, actually minus 17.5 here. I don't know if the Colts are going to be able to score again. They're up 18. Commanders minus 2.5 might not be a bad play here as well. Only team I know that'll run the ball when they're down 4 with 4 minutes to go is the Seahawks. No, but Geno Smith hasn't moved the ball all day. I understand you don't need to go super hurry up, but Geno Smith hasn't moved the ball Give him an opportunity to throw it on first down when he's not facing all this pass rush.
Walker's got 60 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Shotgun for Geno Smith. Smith pulls the trigger. Hooks up with Metcalf.
DK.
The sideline. Out of bounds. Coverage from Taylor.
What a shocker. DK Metcalf is open.
The Atlanta game is at a commercial break. Don't worry, we'll get you back there to the Falcons. Second and goal when we can. Meanwhile, PJ Walker in third and 5. Good tackle right in front of the sticks. The Niners defense does its work. The Niners offense is getting the football back.
Let's see if Bijan gets the ball.
Timeout, second and goal, Falcons needing a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Oh, Bijan got hammered there.
Looking for Pruitt, and now it's third and goal.
Bears did score a touchdown. We're not sure how yet. Looks like we're going to see it now.
The officials will come in from the sidelines. And there it is. Touchdown, Chicago. It's a one-possession game in the Windy City.
Well, I hope the Bears come back. That'll just treat the Vikings absolutely on the money.
It'll be interesting to see what Smith decides to do in this situation.
All right. No Bijan down at the bottom of the screen here. Let's see if they finally figure out how to throw him the ball. Oh, my God. How do you get delay a game? Coming out of a timeout break, you get delay of game. You should be fired!
Third and goal from the 3, third and goal from the 2. You get your call in, you get the operation up, you've got to be moving in this situation. It becomes increasingly difficult now with 2 plays to score from the set.
The newest member of the Falcons, Van Jefferson, acquired in a trade with the Rams this week, is up at the top of your screen.
What do we think? Interception? It is Desmond Ritter. Yep, interception. Way to go, Desmond. This is why we like that Washington line at live line at -2.5. Look at DK Metcalf. Open again. What a shocker. How about you give him a little candy and throw it to him in the red zone and don't throw it as freaking kneecaps? No. No. I'm not a Seahawks fan, but this is ridiculous.
It's a loss of 13 on the play. Yeah, he wanted to throw the fade to Metcalf, wasn't there.
Just throw it. Let DCAF go get it.
Right into the pressure. A lot of people are saying, what happened to the offensive line? But that's not on Charles Cross. Geno Smith spotted where the pressure was coming from and directly into it. All the way back to the 19-yard line. Out of the gun. Smith gets rid of it at the last moment. Bounced it at the feet of fans. He was about to go down. His numbers was
4th and goal from the Cincinnati 6. What are they going to do? Oh, the Colts do come back and score. Jags doing Jaguar things. They should have put that game away. That game should have been over, finished, done. These teams just letting everybody back into it is absolutely insanity. So let's see what Geno does here besides throw it to Lockett or somebody underneath. Oh, Smith and Jigba, sorry.
Seahawks fans, I think we're seeing a move. So we're focused in on the one-possession games here in the fourth quarter. It's a one-possession deficit for the New Orleans Saints after the missed field goal. Couldn't pull them closer. Just chuck it up and Rashid.
Oh, no way. Derek Carr gets so lucky.
I mean, that was a choke and dunk special by Derek Carr.
You got to throw the ball, Gino. Oh, my God. That had nothing to do with Cincinnati's defense. That all had to do with Geno Smith not throwing the ball. That is just hideous. Absolutely hideous. Ugh. That Commanders line, that live line goes from 2.5 to 7.5 once Atlanta doesn't convert there. So we'll see if that Commanders 2.5 line holds up. We're hoping for the Saints defense here the Texans defense stand up big as they shove Kamara back on that one. And they don't get anything going here either. Sam Howell gets, sacked? Yeah. Like, you need the clock. I don't get that one. 3rd and 11, just throw a quick dump-off pass. Maybe he busts it there. When you're ahead, that's a different story than when you're behind. Texans take a timeout there. A 3rd and 20 for Kirk Cousins. What does he do? Let me guess. Dump it off underneath. Bears going to get the ball back to make this one a little interesting towards the end of this game. Bears have the ball at their own 24-yard line after the punt. I don't know if the Bears, like, that line right now at 6.5. Now down to 5.5 as they're getting the ball back. Here's the Browns. Oh, tell me that penalty marker was on the 49ers.
This play is set up perfectly. The left tackle, check your glove. Don't worry about me.
Time for the Texans to see if they can stand up and get a win. And the Saints to continue not scoring over 17 points unless their defense has a monster. Great job for the Texans D there. Desmond Ridder getting a chance again. Overthrew him by 30 yards. Oh, the Texans shut him down on 4th down. Derek Carr doing what Derek Carr does, which is on 4th and 4, throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage. You're horrible, Derek Carr. $40+ million for that garbage. Ridder sacked. Ridder doing Ridder things. You know, there should be live betting on how stupid the quarterbacks can be. Like on a 4th and 4 to throw the ball to the running back behind the line of scrimmage, we should be able to bet on that. No Debo. Mason goes in for a touchdown, and the 49ers fans can be relieved as they do take the lead back. Early fourth quarter, about 11 minutes to go there. Maybe P.J. Walker can put something together, but we're not going to hold our breath for it. Unreal. That is crazy, crazy, crazy. 49ers come back, take the lead. We'll see what they can do. And Atlanta now in heave-ho movement. We're still holding on to that Commanders minus 2.5 live line. And they break up that pass because Desmond Ridder throws it in the middle of 4 guys, which means somebody had to be open on that particular one. Unreal. And look at this quarterback for the Bears with Justin Fields out. Doing craziness stuff there. Let's see if the Bears can come back. CJ Stroud, they need to run the ball here, get some yards, run this clock. 3rd down and 2, and we decide we're going to go all the way downfield. No, tell me that's a flag on the Saints. Oh, that's big. And they need to run that thing, and run that thing some more. The Panthers come back and score to pull within 15 on that one there. And let's see if the Seahawks can come back at all in that particular matchup. Live line's off, but they are plus 240 on the money line. Vikings, Bears, like I said, still 19-13. Bears still plus 5.5. No, Geno doing Geno things, which is hold on the ball way too long. All right, so Texans did get that pass interference call, so they'll hold on to the ball there, which is always good. 20-13 in that matchup. And let's see what the Commanders can do here. 3rd and 8. Just dump the ball off quick. Oh, my God. I think we really got to watch that again. Unbelievable. Let's see what Seattle does here. Let's see if they can actually muster something together, as they haven't been able to do anything this whole second half. Geno going deep. And, of course, it's caught. Tyler Lockett down to the 10-yard line. Let's see if they can dump this one in the end zone here and make the Bengals all crazy. That live line moved from Seattle at plus 220 to minus 135 after that throw. So just kind of give you a heads up on that one there. Geno all time to throw the ball again. I figured Geno was going to do what Geno does, which is get an interception. Now minus 115 on the money line there. Tua taken out of the game, and, of course, then they throw a pick 6. Oh, my God. The people that took that line at 14.5 right now have just got to absolutely be sick. Just got to be just absolutely sick. Oh, and he fumbled it. Hold on. Who's got the ball? DJ Moore trying to come back to help his help the young signal caller there. And that game's going to be a complete bust for us on that one, the way it looks. As Justin Fields going out didn't help, but that first half made it even worse. Byron Murphy, showboating. Should have lost the ball there to make that game just a little bit more fun, for sure. Seattle 3rd and 8 from the 8-yard, or basically 9-yard line. Let's see if they can actually put this together here. and get a come-from-behind win. But it is Geno. He'll hold on the ball too long. Yeah, he did again. I don't like everybody talked about this year that Geno had. If you look at his stats, 4,000 plus pass yards, stuff like that. But Geno does this shit all the time. It's absolutely insane. So here's hoping the Texans can run this clock out, but 3rd and 12. And dumps the ball off and gives the Saints plenty of time so they can still run the ball because Derek Carr, if you just make him where he has to pass, is horrible. Here it is, 4th and 8. This is the ball game here. And let's see. Oh, Kareem Hunt running the ball strong there. The defense stacked up properly. Wow, exciting stuff. We're coming to the end of our live betting show here. So we got a couple of plays still out there. The Miami minus the 7.5 that we took earlier, and then the Commanders minus the 2.5 are still the plays that we have live right at the moment. So we'll see what happens at the end of this Commanders game here. And then, of course, still got stuff going on from all of our bets before the game started. But definitely wanted to get the live betting portion in. And we're assuming Desmond Ritter's probably going to throw another pick. We'll see if Geno – if we were to guess what's going to happen in the Seattle game, it's going to be a sack. So because Geno will hold on to the ball way too long. And so and a Desmond Ridder pick should finish this thing off. Although Bijan getting some catches is never a bad thing for the fantasy side. So – on that one, Minnesota about to run out the clock the way it looks. They're up 19-13 on the Bears on that one there. Drake London pulled off the game. Is he hurt? Looks like he's hurt. So 2nd and 1 from the 40 for the Falcons. Woo, Mr. Hairful, Mr. Hollins with the catch to make it a little bit more interesting. Here's the Geno sack, we're pretty sure. I like, how can you not call what Geno Smith does? He's ridiculous. Throw the ball! Give your guys a chance. Unbelievable. How do you not throw the ball there, Geno? We watched this about 19 times in the second. Throw the ball. You can see the dude. He's coming from your right side. Throw the ball. Give your dudes a chance. If it's picked or batted or whatever, fine, but at least throw the ball. Oh, my God. Bad quarterback play. Continues to rule the roost here in the NFL in the early window. That is for damn sure. So McCaffrey's out. Well, that's nice of you to rule him out with about 8 minutes to go. Yeah, and the Falcons do what the Falcons do, which is figure out how to get delayed games, waste way too much time, because Arthur Smith sits over there and calls plays that take a half hour to get into the freaking it's just sickening. Sickening. 17-13 win for the Bengals. So if you had the Bengals minus the 3, congratulations on that one. The under partakes in that one as well when that game was dead over from first quarter, first half, and can't finish it off. No shock there. Here's hoping the Browns come back and win this one just to shake up the NFL world on there. That's all right. Keep running the ball. Drown that clock out. You never know what can happen. Here's Desmond Ridder, 3rd and 1. Intercepted. I think we've called the end of 2 of these games. Geno Smith sack and a Desmond Ridder pick. Bad quarterback play rules the roost again in the early window. Oh, my bejesus. That is just disgusting. Disgusting, disgusting, and more disgusting. Great job, Commanders. So we're going to cash that live line ticket. That's always good news. We're finishing off the Dolphins ticket as well. So that worked out pretty well on the live line. So we kind of went through today's episode of all the things that can kind of change live line wise, totals, point spreads. We didn't focus that much on player props. Just because there's a lot of stuff kind of going on as we're watching Red Zone here. But the player props market always going to change as well. So make sure if you're going live line, have a game plan together before you get started. You know, like we like this team here, but maybe we don't like it at the line that was set at the start of the game, or we like this total here, but we think it's maybe a shade high or shade low. We want to kind of see what happens and kind of get it handled there. So there's a lot of opportunities on the live line to kind of, get those kind of lines like where you feel comfortable with them, depending on how the game's going. So on there. So as you guys hopefully see, we picked up a couple extra wagers on the live line that worked out. But you got to be selective too. So, if you get like a first down, all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, the line's moved. Like, how about David Bell catching that for a fourth down conversion for the Browns? How big is that? So I do appreciate everybody's watching today and everybody's support as always. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.